Let's rewind to 2010, a year when Taylor Swift was everywhere, thanks to her album. She wasn't just a country singer anymore. She was becoming a global superstar. Every song she released seemed to turn to gold. You couldn't escape her on the radio or at award shows. Taylor's magic was in her honesty, writing about her own heartbreaks and dreams, and making us all feel seen. She was just 20, handling fame with grace and authenticity. The era was more than an album cycle. It was a cultural phenomenon. She brought country and pop together, breaking down walls and winning over new fans. People who never liked country music were suddenly singing along to "You Belong With Me." Taylor's vulnerability made everyone fall in love with her music. In 2010, she proved she was here to stay. A songwriter, performer, and storyteller. She was building an empire, one heartfelt song at a time. The era was a beautiful journey, and we all had a front row seat. Taylor showed us that being yourself could change everything. She wasn't just telling her story, she was telling ours. And that's what made 2010 the year of being fearless. What made so special? It was the songwriting. Taylor wrote or co-wrote every track, turning real-life moments into vivid stories. Each song felt like a movie, full of drama, hope, and heartbreak. The album blended country warmth with pop hooks, making it irresistible. You could dance, cry, or scream sing along, sometimes all at once. The themes were universal. First loves, high school crushes, feeling like an outsider. Whether you were 15 or 50, you found yourself in her lyrics. Taylor made it okay to feel everything deeply. The album's title said it all, was about facing your fears, even when you're scared. Taylor's message, being brave isn't about having no fear, but about jumping in anyway. The sound was polished but personal, like a handwritten letter set to music. She created anthems for a generation learning to be fearless. The honesty in her music was refreshing and real. It wasn't just an album, it was a permission slip to be bold. Taylor's stories became our stories, and that's why the album resonated so deeply. It was more than music, it was a movement. Let's talk about the songs that defined "You Belong With Me" was the anthem for anyone who ever felt invisible. The music video, Taylor as both the nerd and the cheerleader, was iconic. Love Story turned a classic tale into a hopeful, modern fairy tale. That chorus? Unforgettable. It became the soundtrack for countless proposals and weddings. 15 was like advice from a big sister, honest, gentle, and wise. It reminded us that our futures are bigger than any high school romance. The title track, Fearless, captured the joy of living in the moment, unafraid. These songs weren't just hits, they were companions through crushes, heartbreaks, and dreams. Taylor's lyrics felt like she was writing about our lives, not just hers. Each track was a piece of our own story. That's why these songs still mean so much today. They were the soundtrack to growing up. Taylor's storytelling made every listener feel seen, and that's the magic that keeps these songs alive. With an album as big as Tom, the awards poured in. At the 2010 Grammys, Taylor won 4 awards, including Album of the Year, making her the youngest ever to win. That moment changed everything. The industry saw her as a true artist. She also won Entertainer of the Year at the Academy of Country Music Awards, again, the youngest ever. Taylor was breaking records in both country and pop. She swept awards from the Country Music Association, American Music Awards, and more. Her trophy shelf was overflowing, but it was about more than just statues. These wins validated her as a songwriter and storyteller. For young dreamers everywhere, Taylor's success was proof that you could write your own story and reach the top. 2010 was the year the world recognized Taylor Swift as a generational artist. She wasn't just winning awards, she was making history. An album and awards are great, but Taylor brought to life on tour. That was a spectacle. Sold-out arenas, theatrical sets, and pure magic. Fans saw Taylor perform on a castle for Love Story, and strum her sparkly guitar up close. She made every fan feel seen, even those in the farthest seats. Taylor's humor shone when she hosted and debuted in She Was Everywhere, showing off her many talents. The tour built a community, fans with homemade signs, singing every word. Taylor's connection with her audience was electric. It wasn't just a concert, it was a celebration of being brave together. She created a space where everyone belonged. It was unforgettable for everyone there. Taylor proved she was more than a singer, she was a true entertainer. The era was Taylor's coming-of-age story. She started as a teenage country star and became a global icon. Her performances grew bolder, her songwriting deeper. Set the stage for her next chapter, writing about fame, criticism, and growing up. Taylor learned to navigate fame with maturity and grace. She built a strong team and took control of her career. The era taught her to be a businesswoman, not just an artist. She was involved in every decision, from tours to merchandise. The lessons from 2010 shaped her future, owning her work and her story. The era wasn't just about fame, it was about becoming a powerful, independent artist.